Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel again. I think this is my 6th video. I did take quite a hiatus. I think it was 4 or 5 months that I haven't uploaded anything. It was, quite a hiatus to take. I think it was because my roommates were away when I started the channel. It's more of something that I'm trying to do privately right now before I see if there's any potential to do anything with it. Like, it's nice to express myself over the internet, like make a video about something I like. But if let's say like I make 100 videos and there's no traction and there's no activity, then I guess like I'm making this more for myself, but all the effort will be for nothing, unless it's for memories. But currently, like if there's no traction, then I guess I would delete the channel and then nobody would ever know it existed. But it proves to be something that entertains some people, then I can keep it and show other people. But I think it was when my roommates came back home, they were away for a week, and I made like 4 videos, 3 or 4 or 5 videos while they were away. And when they came back, I sort of didn't touch my YouTube channel for a while. I didn't touch my recording kit, my filming kit, and now once again I have like the house to myself. They're away again. It leaves me more time to actually experiment, try out new things, and this is why you're seeing new content. Anywho, I wanted to touch upon the title of the video, I hate working out. I think recently I've stopped enjoying working out at home. The reason why I bought equipment for the house was because I didn't want to get membership to a gym where you go and you wait for a machine to be vacant, and sometimes you have social anxiety, so you don't want to like be around people. Although like today I would say, looking back, that it's not that bad going to a gym, because although it's packed, it still gets you out of your comfort zone, makes you go for the gains, which is why you signed up in the first place. But I bought equipment for my own house because I thought, because it's within reach, it'll be easier for me to work out. But that's actually not completely true. It's really hard for me to be consistent. I've also hired a trainer, so I have my trainer 3 times a week. So training at home is rough. It's doable, but I have to admit that recently I've discovered that I have teared my meniscus. Ever since I discovered that, I stopped running. I mean, I couldn't run because of the tear, but I stopped running, and I've sort of like had my spirits down, and I was depressed and feeling a bit negative, so I stopped working out on my own. I couldn't really carry my own weight, so that's where my trainer would push me to work out, and I wouldn't be really doing it by myself. It's really hard to work out. Actually filming myself, trying to get through it, not the most fun without a trainer, because sometimes working out with somebody else gets you that sort of adrenaline. I don't know if everybody experienced it, but I also experienced it in the army. Sometimes when you're working out yourself, you're fighting yourself through the exercise. But sometimes when you're surrounded with other people, you feel like there's something to prove. There's something to show for. It's like stage fright, and you have to perform. And that sort of adrenaline, as if in a fight, blocks out the pain or everything else, all the background noise that goes around in your head. And that's when you actually get through it in a different types of sensation than you would if you were working out yourself. That whole meniscus tear in and of itself is a bitch of a thing. I don't even know how I got that injury in the first place. I did an MRI. It took a while until I got that. I had to do an X-ray, an ultrasound, and then an MRI. I got the results quite fast. They told me that there's a cyst that exists due to the tear in the meniscus, and as a result of that, you can actually tell, just like from the stump of a tree, you can tell how old the cyst is. So apparently I have the meniscus tear for a year and a half now, or a little over a year. And I can't recall how that happened, like if it was mid-run or while I was playing basketball, while I was doing a certain wrong movement. I have absolutely no clue how that happened, but now I can't run anywhere. And walking hurts, walking up the stairs hurt. But I've discussed with my physiotherapist as well as different orthopedic doctors. And there's a chance to either stitch the meniscus or cut off the part that's problematic. Hopefully, whatever the case may be, whatever solution we end up taking and whatever road we go down, I hope that I'd be able to do physical sport like cardio activities again. You never really know what you lost until you actually lose it. So I wasn't the biggest fan of running, but it was a releasing activity. It did release a lot of energy. There was something magical about running. The wind is hitting against your body, your hair flying in the air, and you're breathing fresh air as opposed to sitting at home and all day, which is something I often do, eating snacks. So when I couldn't run anymore, which is the case right now, I feel like I'm actually missing out on something, even though I didn't enjoy it as much or appreciate it as much. I did buy a bicycle. I have to say that riding the bicycle is very refreshing. It's like meditation for me. I never succeeded in doing any of those yoga or meditation things where you sit, listen to something or listen to nothing and just close your eyes and be still. I've never successfully done that before in a way that I actually said I enjoyed the activity. But something about riding the bicycle seems very serene to me. It's the same sensation of running, but you're more comfortable, although most of the effort you're pushing through your legs. And it's quite easier on the knees, so my meniscus is not causing trouble while I cycle. And yeah, that's something I'm actually proud of recently. I've bought a bicycle, I go with it everywhere. It helps me get out of the house. It's something I look forward to do. And overall, I'm glad. I'm really glad. It's sometime in life you just gotta appreciate doing something simple and stop being hard on yourself. So this very simple activity gives me a lot of pleasure, and I'm really happy about it. I'm thinking of buying a GoPro and attaching it to my chest as I cycle, and I think that would be way cooler than you seeing a half-naked man on YouTube lift weights and swish his bum around in the living room. So I think that would be way cooler. Also, something really relaxing about just seeing somebody tread through the outside world. You know how you see those channels of like Japan Explorer, the guy that just goes around walking in Tokyo, I think, and you see where he visits, who he interacts with, and there's also videos of guys cycling and you see them like doing tricks and shit. And what else is there out there? Don't really remember, but yeah, something like that. All of that aside, I think overall life is in a very peculiar and funny place. I don't know, whoever is watching this video, I don't know at what stage in life you're at. I don't know if you're in high school or in college, enlisted to the army. I don't know if you're working a part-time job, you're doing a course, doing a degree. I don't know if you're working already or you're past your working age, I guess. I don't know what stage you're in life, but I dropped out of my degree a while back, and I feel like the current stage of growth I'm at is more internal than external, meaning I'm not striving to get any certificate or degree. That's behind me. Whether I finished the degree or didn't finish the degree, doesn't matter. It's still an external kind of achievement or task or something you undergo, but currently in my life I'm more so going through a internal process. I would describe it as making peace with myself as a human being who's living and trying to find what he enjoys to do. I have a job and I'm quite happy with it. Of course, it's not my dream job, but it's good for now. I don't have much complaints as long as I'm feeling that I'm learning something. Learning is very important, but I think this entire thing of trying to find purpose in life, trying to see what you enjoy doing, trying to see what gives you pleasure or relief, trying to understand why you're stressed, trying to understand why you're anxious. This entire process of understanding the self is a really complicated and thought-provoking one. It's not easy. Like, I often meet people and I don't ask everybody I know this question. I only ask those who I feel like have head on their shoulders, but they often respond negatively to my question. And usually I ask them, do you try to challenge your own thought process, or do you go through anything internal, like to become a better person, or not even become a better person, but be more grounded and at peace with your life, per se, which is not something easy to understand if I just throw that question in the air. It's really hard to articulate the question, but the question refers to how do you feel as a human being and as a person existing right now? Are you at peace with the fact that you're alive, that you have this one chance to live and express yourself and be who you are? Do you think you're who you want to be or who you can be? Or are you actually being manipulated into behaving the way that your body has been brought to behave? And what I mean by that is, I'm 28 years old and I feel like only at this age do I feel like I can be who I really am. Most of my life I made choices and behaved and restricted myself from doing things because of certain things that scarred me before, like things that scared me, judgment of other people, criticism from my parents, restrictions placed upon myself from making choices and taking decisions that would define my individuality. So much of those things that I just described stunted my growth, and I don't want to keep blaming everybody else. I want to take accountability and be who I am and who I can be. And that's why it's interesting, this question that I pose others, but I only do that out of curiosity. But it's indeed a process that I'm going through myself. So that was very interesting for me to share. I think I'm just rambling on now. I guess I've shared enough for now. There's a little bit of other content that I got filming my best friend or filming other things. I think I'll edit them out, try to make them fun to watch, upload them, and hopefully you'll enjoy. I'll try to soothe your experience of listening to this by adding some background music so you don't hear me talking in a boring fashion. I'll try to make it a more pleasant experience. Hope you enjoy. Hope you stick around until the end. If you like what you hear, see, you're welcome to subscribe, and much peace and love from me. Thank you for joining the ride.